Okay, the first thing to note is what we tell time on. What we tell time on is a clock. We're going to draw a clock, and a clock has a series of numbers 1 through 12. And just like that.
So now we're going to talk about the arrows of the clock. There is a big hand and a little hand. We're going to talk about what each of those hands represent. So the big one, known as the big hand, represents the minutes. And the little hand represents hours. A good way to remember that is that the word minutes is longer than the word hours. To find the minutes, we are going to count around the clock by fives. Start at 5 with the 1. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then 60 up top.
Now we're going to talk about another form of a clock. This is a digital clock. The first number before the 2 dots represents the hours, and the next number represents the minutes. So let's say that it's 2:15. So we're going to do 2:15, and that will represent the time. That's 2:15.
Alright, now we're going to practice. So first we want to find out the hour, so we're going to look at the little hand and it's pointing to 2. So we write 2. And then we're going to put our colon, and then now we want to find the minutes. So we know the big hand is pointing to 11, and we just talked about how it counts by fives, so it's 55. So those are our minutes, which means our time is 2:55. Alright, now we're going to do another practice. So now we're going to say the time is 8:30. So first we want to put the hour hand on there. So we're going to have our little hand pointing to the hours, which is 8. And then now we want to do the minutes, so let's count around the clock to find where 30 is. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So our big hand's going to point down to the 6. And now we have 8:30. For our next example, we're going to have the little hand pointing to the 4, and the big hand pointing to the 12. So the way we would write this is 4:0, 0, and we read it as 4 o'clock. And the reason why we put the 2 zeros there instead of the 60 is because there's 60 minutes in an hour, so once we get all the way up to 60, the time starts over.